Thank you. Also tonight, Republicans are doubling down on calls to block the president's plan to accept Syrian and Iraqi refugees as a growing number of European cities are stunned by an ugly wave of sexual assaults allegedly committed by Mideast refugees. Young German women reported the first attacks on New Year's Eve. Tonight, traumatized victims are popping up in nearly a dozen European cities, and now media are expressing their embarrassment at covering up the stories. The details and the cases are eerily similar. Look how many there are. Gangs of Arab and African men mobbing women on New Year's Eve. Morton Storm is a former CIA double agent who infiltrated al-Qaeda. He is co-author of the book Agent Storm, My Life Inside al-Qaeda and the CIA. Morton, thank you for being here. Is this coordinated?
Well, you know, sometimes you can believe that, and if it is, it's just a proof that ISIS are able, or whoever is behind it, is able to really create some kind of chaos within Europe.
So if it's not coordinated, then how does it come about that thousands of Muslim refugees across Europe, at least 5 different countries, wind up sexually assaulting Western women on New Year's Eve?
Well, I'm totally speechless because, you know, as you know, we only hear about it a few days later, and it came, you know, I was just told today as well that it happened in Finland, it happened in Austria, it happened in Switzerland, you know, different European countries, and you know, we have a huge problem in Scandinavia, particularly Scandinavia, about, you know, gang rapes and rapes from, you know, particularly from Muslim men who commit the rape. Those rape percentages are very, very high.
Why?
I think it's the way that they look down upon the, you know, the women in the West. It's a cultural thing. You know, in Islam, you know, the woman is subservient to her husband. Basically, she's just a servant. And then, you know, think about the non-Muslim women. You know, the non-Muslim men have to be killed according to Islam. So if the non-Muslim women are, you know, they can be kept as, you know, as the right-hand possessions, you know, as slaves, as we have seen the Yazidis, you know, the Christians have been held in Iraq and Syria. So these places, so that's the whole attitude towards our women. And you know, I got two daughters, and I'm really scared for their future here in Europe. We cannot even defend ourselves. We don't have weapons. We have no arms like you got in America. There's no way we can defend our women against these kind of attacks.
You know, it's to the point now, Morton, in places like Norway, where they're offering integration courses where they try to educate the immigrants on the fact that we don't allow rapes of women here, and women can dress however they want, and they don't get sexually assaulted because of it.
Can you believe that we need people in our countries? Don't we have rights, you know, we are European citizens, don't we have rights to choose who we want into our countries? It's been proven by so long time, second generations have failed to integrate into our society. You know, it's almost, you know, in Islam, it says that, you know, in Surah Al-Bayinat, in the chapter called the clear proofs, it says, verdict those who disbelieve from the people of the scriptures, and the mushrikeen is the pagans. They are the worst of creatures. So if it's that attitude towards us, how would they ever be able to integrate and respect us if they already think they're better than us?
I mean, obviously this is not all. I mean, there are millions of refugees who go into some of these countries, and it is not all of them who commit these crimes. But there's obviously a big enough faction that it's causing real concern. And separate and apart from the sexual assaults, people are worried about attempted jihad, attempted murder. We're looking at this case out of the one out of Sacramento here in the United States. This guy was online talking about wanting to join the jihad and join the terrorists. Then what does he do? He flies to Syria and he spends time over there fighting with terrorists. And then we let him back into the United States where we had given him refugee status. We let him go to Syria, come back, online trail, talks about how he wants to be a terrorist, comes back to, how'd you like to be his neighbor in Sacramento? Oh, joy.
Well, I have warned against this before. I always warned against allowing the people who go abroad to Syria and Iraq to come back again. It's a no-go zone. Once you've been out there, don't come back. You lose your citizenship, you lose your residence permit in America or in the West. Simply as. We have to protect ourselves. We are at war.
Morton, thank you.
Thank you.